Hey guys, it's been a while. So I know that I've been owing you guys videos, right? So today I was like, let me do an experiment. Let me hop on here and make a video about a UK student visa. I see that a lot of people are watching my student visa videos. And the last time I made a video about a UK student visa application update was like I think 2 years ago because I remember I didn't make any video about student. Sorry, that I'm trying to adjust my jacket. I don't like the way it's looking. So I did not make a video about UK student visa last year. The last time I made a video about UK student visa was 2 years ago. So it is only ideal that I make an updated video. I'm not going to do too much because I have seen the website is just here in front of me and not a lot of changes have happened. So yes, it's almost the same thing. Unfortunately, I will not be able to share my screen like I always do, just because I'm recording and I'm going to upload this video live. Like once I'm done recording, I'm going to upload this video so that I don't waste time because I see that is a necessary topic. A lot of people are coming to the channel for it. So how have you guys been? Has anybody missed me? Nobody's been looking for me. You guys have not been looking for me. Okay, so student visa, the overview is that you can apply for a student visa to study in the UK if you're over 16 years, if you are 16 years or over. And for you to apply, you must have been offered a place on a course by a licensed student sponsor. Licensed, not all institutions can sponsor students to the UK. So you must be offered a place by a licensed student sponsor. So there is a list of licensed student sponsor on the UK government website. So if you don't know if your institution is a licensed sponsor, all you have to do is go to the UK government website and check, okay? And so you must have enough money to support yourself and pay for your course. The amount will vary depending on your circumstance. Yes, the amount will vary depending on your circumstance, in the sense that a proof of funds for student A might not be the same proof of funds for student B, because the tuition might be different if they are from different schools. Accommodation cost might be different. Cost of living might be different depending if that person is in London or outside London. And you can speak, read, write, and understand English. Some universities will ask you to write IELTS. Others would recommend other methods that you can meet your English language requirements. I have a video on this channel that shows different ways you can meet your English language requirements. So if you haven't watched that video, just go select my channel and search a video. Say, just search IELTS, and then you'll see that video come up so you can watch. You must have consent from your parents if you are 16 or 17. This one applies to students who are not up to 18 years. If you are below 18 years and you're applying for a visa, you must show consent. Usually consent will be through a letter. So your parents will write a letter, oh, we're your parents and we consent that you should go to study in the UK, blah blah blah. Now, this visa has replaced, of course, you have to watch the last two videos. The last two videos I made on UK student visa. First one was 2 years ago. Second one, I think first one. Okay, just watch the one I did 2 years ago so that you will have more detail. This video is I'm just taking you people around. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section. I'm just trying to see if there are any changes. I cannot see any changes on the face of it, but I know that visa fees has slightly changed, but you're going to find out. So when to apply? You can apply so if you're within the UK and you want to study, if you're within the UK and you want to apply for a student visa, it says the earliest you can apply for a visa is 6 months before you start your course. That's if you're in the UK. The earliest you can apply is 6 months. Sorry, that was an error. Applying from outside the UK, the earliest you can apply for a visa is 6 months before you start your course. and you usually get a decision on your visa within 3 weeks. There are usually priority services and super priority depending on how urgent you want your application decision to be made. So you can always access that service depending on your location. It's not available to everybody. Applying from inside the UK. If you're already in the UK, the earliest you can apply is 3 months before your course starts. You must apply before your current visa expires. So let's say you are in the UK with a different visa and you want to switch to a student visa so that you can study. You must apply at least 28 days before your current visa expires. Your new course must begin within 28 days of your current visa expiring, you see. So you must apply before your current visa expires. So you also, if you're in the UK, it takes longer to get a decision. You would usually get a decision within 8 weeks. So I recently applied for a visa within the UK. I was in the UK and I applied for a visa, and they told me that it would take 8 weeks. It took 6 weeks for them to get back to me. But you can pay for priority service so that your decision will come out in 5 days if you wish. But I was not in a hurry. I took my time and I gave them all the time they needed. And it took 6 weeks, not, yeah, so they say within 8 weeks. So that means anytime before 8 weeks. So my decision came at week 6, but it was not a student visa application. So usually a student visa is usually how long you can stay depends on the length of your course and what study you've already completed in the UK. So if you're 18 or over and your course is at degree level, you can usually stay in the UK for up to 5 years. If it's below degree level, you can usually stay in the UK for up to 2 years. So below degree level is like maybe foundation courses that are like 1 year or 2 years or 18 months. They'll give you a visa for 2 years. But if you're going for an undergraduate degree that is 3 years, then they'll give you a visa of up to 5 years. If you're going for a postgraduate degree that is about 1 year, they'll give you a visa of maybe 14 months to 16 months or 18 months, depending on the circumstance. So if you want to stay longer after your studies, you can get a graduate visa after studies. Graduate visa, you don't need a job to switch to graduate visa. Once you finish your studies and you've passed your studies, you are entitled to apply for a graduate visa if you want. And once they see that you meet all the requirements, you'll be given. So you don't need to have a job to get a graduate visa. But there are other visas you can switch to. You can switch to a work visa after studies. Like you can switch to a skilled worker visa after studies if you get a job. But if you don't get a job or you want to stay in the UK, you can get a graduate visa. A graduate visa would be 2 years if you studied undergraduate degree or master's degree, and it would be 3 years if you studied a PhD. If you did a PhD research. So, yes, and when you can travel to the UK, you can arrive before your course start date. Okay, this can be either up to 1 week before if your course lasts 6 months or less. So, if you're doing a 6 months course, then you can come to the UK at least 1 week before your course starts. And if you're doing a course that is more than 6 months, so if you're doing a postgraduate course that's like 1 year, or you're an undergraduate study, you're coming for an undergraduate studies that is about 3 years, it says there you can always come to the UK up to 1 month before your course start date. So you must not travel to the UK before the start date given on your visa, no matter when your course started. So usually, if you say, oh, my course is starting 1st October, and you submit your visa application, they'll ask you your preferred date of entry into the UK. So you can say, oh, I want to come into the UK 15 September. So, and maybe I want, or you can say, I want, if your course starts 1st October and you're applying for your visa, you can say, I want to go into the UK 1st September. However, the fact that you say you want to go enter the UK 1st September does not mean that when your visa is approved, that you will be allowed to enter from 1st September. So they are saying that when your visa comes out, you cannot enter the UK until the day stated in your visa. So your visa will say valid from 1st September. If it says valid from 1st September, you cannot enter the UK before 1st September. If it says valid from 15th September, you cannot enter the UK before 15th September, no matter what your course start date is. So always apply for your visa on time. Visa fees, it costs £490 to apply for a student visa from outside the UK. it costs £490 to extend or switch to a student visa from inside the UK. So it's the same fees. A student visa costs £490, whether you are applying from outside the UK or from inside the UK. You also have to pay healthcare surcharge. You also have, as part of your application, that's immigration health surcharge is usually you will pay it for health insurance. So yes, let me know if you have any questions as I'm making this video. I don't want it to be too long. I'm just brushing through, because sometimes if you watch my video that I made 2 years ago about student visa, you could be wondering, this video was made 2 years ago. How do I know that it's up to date? That's why I'm making this one. So healthcare surcharge is for health insurance, and you will only know how much you need to pay when you have filled the check how much you have to pay. So when you come to the UK government website, there's a link that says check how much you have to pay. When you click that link, they'll ask you questions about your circumstances, and at the end, they'll calculate your healthcare surcharge for you. That's the only way you will know how much you'll pay. So I cannot tell you here that this is how much immigration health surcharge costs. But when I was applying with a work visa, I think 1 year of immigration health surcharge cost me about 700 and something pounds. Was it? No, it did not cost me 700 and something pounds. It is now 1,050 if you're applying for a work visa. But I don't know how much it is for students, so you have to check. Follow this link, check how much you have to pay, and then you would pay for your healthcare surcharge. If you're a scholarship recipient, like Commonwealth Scholarship, Children's Scholarship, and it is said that you are exempt from paying healthcare surcharge, note that when you're applying for your visa, they will still ask you to pay for immigration health surcharge. However, when you follow the instructions and go through the checkout, you will find that your total will come to zero, and they will allow you to check out properly. So don't panic when you see that as a scholarship applicant or achievement scholar or Commonwealth scholar, you're making your visa application and they're asking you to pay healthcare surcharge. They will not charge you for it. They will just, ask you to go through the process, and then you will see £0 as you're going to check out. So now it says you may be able to bring dependents. Let's see the circumstances through which you can bring your dependents. Your partner and children are your dependents, and they may be able to come to the UK or stay longer in the UK. You must be one of the following: a government-sponsored student starting a course that lasts longer than 6 months, a full-time student on postgraduate level course, RQF level 7 or above, that lasts 9 months or longer. If your postgraduate level course starts on or after 1st January 2024, it must be either a PhD or doctorate or a research-based higher degree. Let me break it down. They are saying if you're coming to study in the UK, for you to bring a dependent, you must either be a government-sponsored student starting a course that lasts longer than 6 months, or a full-time student on postgraduate studies. Now, that means if you are doing an undergraduate studies, you cannot bring dependents to the UK. They have also given condition. If you are doing a postgraduate studies and your course start date is past January 1st, of course, I'm making this video in June, so just forget about that January. If you're watching this video right now, they are saying for you to bring dependent, your course must be, you must either be doing a PhD or other doctorate degree, which is RQF level 8. Master's degree that is 1 year is RQF level 7. PhD is RQF level 8. Another option is you must either be doing a research-based higher degree. So usually we have like fellowships, which is research-based. We also have research master's degree, which could be 18 months or 2 years. So if you're doing a research-based higher degree, which is like research masters, fellowships, PhDs, you can bring dependents. Otherwise, nothing for you. If you meet that description and you'll bring dependents, then you have to come to this website and check the requirement. Now, with a student visa, what you can do, you can study, you can work as a student union or particular officer. You may be able to work How much depends on what you are studying and whether you are working in or out of term time. So you can be able to work while on a student visa. During term time, you're only allowed to work up to 20 hours a week. But when you are on vacation, you can work full time. That's what they say. That's what it means. You cannot claim public benefits or public funds and pensions with a student visa. You cannot work in certain jobs, for example, as a professional sports person or sports coach. You can't work in that side. If you're a student, you cannot be self-employed. You cannot study at an academy or local authority funded school. So, like also known as maintained school. So, publicly funded school, local authority funded schools, you can study. If your application is successful, you'll be told what you can and cannot do on a student visa. That's the good thing about the UK government. Once you get your email that your student visa application has been successful, they will also send, after a while, they will send you your visa letter, and that visa letter would have all the conditions of your visa. They will tell you where you should pick up your BRP based on where you provided in the form. They will tell you when you should travel. They tell you cannot travel to the UK before this date. They will tell you the conditions of your visa. They will tell you everything you need to know. So when you receive that visa and your passport, don't just start traveling to the UK. Sit down, open that email and read all the requirements of your visa. If you don't understand, come and ask me. I've read a lot of visa letters. I understand everything they say in that side. In that letter, I understand. Let's say you read something and you don't understand. Come and ask me. Put the question down in this comment section and I would try to answer to that question. So always understand that. Always make sure that you understand the requirements of your visa so you don't break it. I think I've given an overview. Another thing is come to the website and you'll see all the courses all the requirements of the courses to apply for a student visa. And before you apply, you will need a confirmation of acceptance of studies. Your school would usually give you that. And your school should be able to give you a confirmation of acceptance of studies number. That's CAS number. It's a number that you would use to supply information in your visa application. So your school would be able to give you all of that. Now, the course fees, your proof of funds would entail the course fees. A lot of people ask me, oh, Couscous, how much should I put in my proof of funds? This is the answer. Your course fee, if your course fee is £15,000, we want to see it in your proof of funds. If you have paid £5,000 as deposit, it means the balance of your course fees is £10,000. That's what we want to see in your proof of funds. So you need enough money to pay for your course for one academic year. So if you're doing an undergraduate degree that is 3 years, we need just fees for 1 year. And if you're doing a postgraduate degree that is 2 years, we need fees for just 1 year. So 9 months to 12 months is 1 year. So that's the amount they need for your proof of funds. Money to support yourself. So £1,334 per month for up to 9 months for courses in London. £1,023 per month for up to 9 months for courses outside London. So if you're studying in London, we will need the balance of your first year tuition fees and £1,334 times 9. That's 9 months. So do the math. If you're studying outside London, we will need the balance of your first year course fees, tuition fees, and we will need you to have £1,023 per month times 9. Do the math. If you're still confused, let me know in the comments and I'll explain better. That I'm just rushing because I don't want this video to be too long. It's already 18 minutes. I want to stop in 20 minutes so that people will not say that this video is too long. So yes, that's it. I think I have addressed the relevant issues here. Knowledge of English language, your school should be able to advise you. Usually they would use whatever your school used to give you the admission, they will usually accept it at the visa. So you would, when you're filling your visa application, they'll ask you, has your university accepted that you've met your English language requirements? If you've gotten the admission, that means your university knows you've met the requirements. So you just say yes, use whatever equivalent. Your university will also state what they use to assess your English language requirement in the CAS document. So it will be, you would use that. Documents you will need proof you have enough money. That's bank statements, which is proof of funds. For certain courses, attached certificates. So if you come to this website and click, you will know the courses that require attached certificates. Your school will also tell you if you need attached certificates, and they will let you know even before you apply for visa. Proof of parental or legal guardian consent if you're below 18. Proof of your relationship with your parents if you're below 18. Tuberculosis test. If you're from Nigeria and you have been in Nigeria for more than 6 months before you travel to the UK, you will need tuberculosis test. So come to this website and check if you're not sure of your country or if you need tuberculosis test. Everything is on this website. So just come here and check. Written consent for your application from your financial sponsor. So if you're being sponsored by a third party, then letter of financial sponsorship, okay? That's literally it. Yeah. So that's it, literally, guys. I think I have given an overview, an update of UK student visa now. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comment section. Let me know if you like this kind of video, because I'm not going to edit it. I'm just recording and I will post it immediately once I'm done, because if I want to say, oh, I'm gonna edit, then it means you guys are not gonna see this video in the next 1 month or 2 months. I have lots of videos in my drafts that I've not been able to edit because I also work a full-time job. So guys, let me know if you like this. Let me know if you like this video. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Look around and check the channel. You will see all the videos you want, all the videos that are relevant to you. And that's it, guys. Let me know in the comment section if you appreciate this video, and if you have any further questions, drop it in the chat box and I will do well to respond. Like and share this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.